Rise of the Argonauts is an RPG that gets rid of a lot of the minutiae of most RPGs, and it's got action like you've never seen in an RPG before. You play as King Jason of Iolcus, who's out looking for the Golden Fleece in the mythological Greek world. You get quests in the usual ways. You talk to some NPCs and they'll give you quests. As Jason plays the game, we keep track of all his accomplishments and all the amazing things he's done, like slaying monsters or saving people. And then you can go to a shrine and you can dedicate those deeds to one of the gods, saying, oh, this great thing I did it for you. And then you can take that and the god will say, okay, well, that's great, thanks a lot, that's really good for me. And then you can level that god's skill tree. And so you can then go in and say, okay, well, I want to level my Ares because that's going to help me out with being this kind of savage warrior. We're going for a very lethal style of combat, so you're not going to get the kind of stand there and whittle down the hit points thing you get in a lot of other RPGs. It's a lot of one-hit kills. We're trying to get the lethality of it. It's more about maneuvering and watching your opponent and getting past their defenses than it is, I hit you 10 times and then eventually you fall down. So it's a very visceral, fast-paced combat system. We don't know what the ESRB rating is yet, but I'd be pretty surprised if it was anything but an M. Ancient Greece, we're trying to really bring that world to life. And historically, if you look, it's a time of great enlightenment and great philosophy, but it's also a really nasty, savage time where, wars happen all the time, and the king, who can be very diplomatic, he can also then lead his troops in a battle and start braining people left and right. And that was pretty acceptable. And so we wanted to keep that brutality and keep that intensity. And so an M rating is pretty much where that would end up. We've implemented a dynamic combat system. We've actually broken Jason up into 5 pieces: his legs, his torso, his left arm, his right arm, and his head. So Jason can actually defend in one direction and attack in another. And it's very fluid and it's procedural, so we don't need 10,000 animations to do that. So it should be very simple for players to engage multiple opponents because, again, they don't have to really concern themselves with being perfectly lined up. They can be fighting one person and block someone over here and attack somebody over here and feel just that the game is just working. They don't have to really fight with the game to get combat to work. We're thinking that Rise of the Argonauts is going to be about 20 hours long. Rise of the Argonauts will be for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC platforms, and will be out sometime in 2008.